Welcome to the Boys of Summer podcast, coming to you from Rome. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Mac.
Welcome to all our fans. Yeah, we're here in Europe still.
Yeah, the Boys of Summer are on tour.
Right? Just not many ticket holders.
It's a private show.
Alright, so we're here with you with Sandra Bullock tonight.
Miss Sandy.
Probably the starlet right now.
America's sweetheart. Everybody loves her.
She's, where we at? 54, Arlington, Virginia, born, but not raised there, correct?
No. Her father was an army man, so she was, of course, an army brat, and grew up also in Europe, mostly in Germany. And she is actually fluent in German.
Right, because her mother was a German opera singer.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep, that kind of gave her a start in love of the stage. I think the first time she even took the stage was actually at the age of 5.
Wow. I did not know that. I know she did get her start on Broadway, or off Broadway, I should say.
Yes, there was a little theater work.
Because we were wondering, we were looking at the credits, and we couldn't figure out, she has done something we haven't seen. She was pretty much top 4 billed in the cast throughout her first jobs.
Yeah, like right away, we see some of our acting friends and people we really follow, and we look at their early career and we see the small minor roles they were just so lucky to get and so glad to be in. But no, it kind of seemed like she just decided, I want to star in movies now, and just about did that.
Yeah, she jumped on it really quickly. I thought there were going to be a couple cameos, a couple Nicolas Cage, Ridgemont Highs in there, and there was not. She went straight to Hangman, which I've never seen. Don't care. It's the point that she was a top 4 billing in her first movie. We couldn't figure out why, but it happened, and we kept going. And then she was in, and it sounds TV movies now, but the Bionic Showdown. The $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman, which was huge back then.
Oh, yeah, late 80s.
Yeah, that was in 89.
Yeah, and she was definitely on the top of the bill for that cast as well. Definitely a good break for her. She got that audition thanks to her performances in the theater.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yes, it was.
Good for her. I like it when they come for theater. It seems like they're more dedicated to their part.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of agree with you there. So after the Bionic Showdown, she had a few small things, just no one really noticed. And then she got on a TV series remake of Working Girl.
Right.
And she did replace the original lead,
Nancy McKeon.
And fun fact, she had to audition 5 times for that role.
Really?
Really.
Just to replace Nancy McKeon?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't think it was going to be that hard.
Well, apparently that's where she put in that hard work, right there.
It does show. Then we go to Love Potion number 9, which was a small cold hit. Not big.
I kind of agree. No one really noticed it then, but for her and Tate Donovan, it was a good shot for them.
I forget he's in that.
Fun fact is also they ended up hooking up and were together for a little while after making this movie.
Of course they did. Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah, right? Especially 2 young people in their first pretty big movie.
Yeah, it worked. The Vanishing was next, and this one is something I've not seen, but I want to. And I'll tell you why. This cast. I looked at the cast of this. Jeff Bridges, Kiefer Sutherland, Nancy Travis, and Sandra Bullock. What could go wrong?
I don't know. What did go wrong?
Something apparently, because we've not heard of it. But I kind of want to watch it. Maybe it's one of those that sits on the shelf, nobody got back then, and it's a hit that we will discover.
Or maybe it was one of those movies that was just a flash in a pan. If we were present and more aware of these things in 1993 at that moment, maybe we would have seen it and then quickly forgot it existed.
Yeah, because we've seen movies like that.
Yeah.
That later on in their existence, so to speak, they become better movies as we go along, and we just disregard them at the beginning. But with that cast, I at least want to see where they fucked up or where they excelled.
True.
I really want to know what went wrong with that.
Well, I mean, you got Kiefer Sutherland alone, who's just a roller coaster of a career.
Oh, the Cowboy Way. I will never get over the Cowboy Way.
It's a great film.
Oh, I loved it. Then we get a couple of whatchamacallit movies. Duds? Is that what we're calling them?
Sure.
Whatever. We're not even going to mention names of them. Then we come to Demolition Man.
A definite breakout role for her.
This is where she came into her own as an actress. Not a lead role.
No.
Let's be honest about it.
Definitely
She didn't lead the movie.
Actress role.
That was Stallone and Snipes. They ran it perfect. But she gave the perfect balance in that.
And a young Benjamin Bratt. Don't forget Ben.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And then they worked together years later. So.
That was nice. Yeah, I'll give it to you. If you're going to do that.
But yet, she was just adorable in Demolition Man.
So innocent.
I think that's where we start seeing America's Sweetheart right there.
Her range on that. Just
that's why.
Dumbing it down to make the role work perfectly.
Just adorable. So cute. So
Girl
dumb.
next door.
Girl next door. Kind of like, you got your friend growing up and he's got the sister.
Yeah.
But you can't hit on her because it's your friend's sister.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
I've been there.
Yeah. That's a shout out to my buddy Ted and his sister Katie. Hi, Katie.
So we're coming up on now. She just got her breakthrough role. We agree was Demolition Man. Now here she comes, just rolling along to Speed.
The bus movie.
The bus movie.
The movie that people told her not to do because it's just a bus movie.
I would have told her not to do that movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you just tell it like this, hey, so there's a bump on a bus and it can't slow down.
And your co-star is nobody.
Oh, yeah, it's this guy, Keanu Reeves. Have you heard of him?
Oh, yeah, he was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah,
right?
but this is going to be an action movie, so it's going to be totally different.
Oh, I got a stoner trying to stop a bus from a bomb.
But he's supported by Jeff Daniels.
Who wasn't big till Dumb and Dumber? Let's get real with this.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing about this movie before it came out was Dennis Hopper.
Right, as the villain.
Yeah, and
which was great.
That's saying much, if Dennis Hopper is your biggest star.
I don't think that would have took me to the box office, though, for me. But it did a lot of people. It was the 8th largest grossing film that year. But it was up against some heavyweights. Forrest Gump was that year. I mean, just heavyweights knocking down the door.
Yeah. I remember seeing Speed as a kid when it came out, and I felt like it got a lot of heat later. It was one of those movies that people saw, and, like, if you hadn't seen it yet, hey, you need to see that movie. You haven't seen Speed? You need to see Speed.
Yeah. It was kind of, it seems like Keanu Reeves works that way. I didn't go to the movie to see The Matrix. My buddies told me about it. We sat down and watched it. But it wasn't a, let's go see the Keanu Reeves Matrix movie.
Exactly.
But then we sat down and watched it, and it was like, oh, shit, this shit is awesome.
Yeah, and eventually that did help turn him into a huge star.
Right, but I think that's Keanu Reeves' pass. I don't think it's Sandra Bullock pass.
He's a slow burn.
He is. And he'll get you in the end.
Do not fuck with John Wick. Have you seen
John Wick?
I don't want to get off on a tangent, but have you seen the YouTube videos of him training for those movies?
I have not even seen John Wick.
Sorry, folks. That was the sound of me choking. You haven't seen John Wick?
No, I was told to watch it. Something about his dog dies and he kills everybody. But I'm going to watch it when we get back to the States. I don't want to pay the data charges over here because our podcast is not doing that good yet.
Fair enough. You need to see this.
I will watch it.
You really need to see this.
I will watch it once I get back to the States. I've got a lot of grief for that lately. And I'm just going to, bite the bullet and rent it on Amazon. Fuck it.
Yep, do it.
$3.99. I wasted enough money on Neighbors to buy John fucking Wick.
For sure.
We're good.
Okay, I think we've gone down the Keanu Reeves rabbit hole enough. Let's get back to Speed.
Oh, no doubt. Speed, she brought her star power, actually, that we didn't know she had in this movie.
Yeah, she really stepped up for this movie.
You can say Keanu carried it. I don't think he did. I think Sandra Bullock carried this movie. He done the action stuff, But her reactions and just her demeanor through this movie, I think carried it.
Yeah, she really brought that human element to it.
Yeah, that's what I like. And it was a hit. They shot her to the forefront of star.
But then she made While You Were Sleeping.
While You Were Sleeping.
And
it's a good movie.
It's a cute movie.
It's alright. Yeah, it's fun. It's got Bill Pullman in it.
Yeah, but Bill Pullman can only pull so much.
Look here. Bill Pullman had one of the greatest speeches in cinema history in Independence Day.
I will give you that. It is a great speech.
Hell, he had me wanting to go fight the aliens. I was looking for a spaceship.
I would be gone. Sign me up, Mr. President. But you gotta admit, that is like as good as it's gonna get for Bill Pullman.
I'm not arguing. Yeah, that was the pinnacle of his career. He's not gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
But still, I associate him with greatness just for that speech.
See,
whoever wrote that speech should have gotten a fucking ton of money.
I'm sure they did.
No, I don't think they did. They should have got a ton of money. I bet Will Smith got more money for that movie than they did.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I don't think they should have. That speech made that movie. That movie was decent until that speech, and then it went to boom. But anyway, While You Were Sleeping, yeah, it's a fun movie. I agree with you. So coming off While You Were Sleeping, she hits the net.
Ooh, yeah, she hit the net all right.
You didn't like the net?
Oh no, fuck the net.
The net was decent.
No,
it was a good movie.
I rented that as a kid. I rented that on the VHS
and you watched it so much you owed late charges.
No, I want my $250 back. I watched it one time. That's enough.
It wasn't a great movie. I agree with you.
Well, neither was her next movie, 2 by C, but I still own that on DVD.
Why do you own that on DVD?
Because Dennis Leary is one of my favorite 90s comedians.
Dennis Leary. You are a huge Dennis Leary fan.
I am.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, of course, I love 2 by C. I'm totally biased there. But
yeah, because it's not a good movie.
It's not a great movie.
No, I said it's not a good movie.
It's not a great movie.
Then we come to Time to Kill. Wow. Okay.
And she knocks it out.
This movie, I felt like this is when I understood Sandra Bullock as an actress.
A lot of America kind of discovered her with this movie.
Without a doubt. She balanced out so much of the seriousness. This is a serious movie. I watch it from time to time, but not very often due to I just don't like certain things in it.
It's a bit intense.
Yeah. But Sandra Bullock seems to balance out the seriousness of Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey's characters with her character. A little more free spirit and a little more down to earth and not so. And I think that makes this film.
So basically, by just sitting there and being America's sweetheart, it makes it better?
America's sweetheart with a bit of hippie in her. I think you need that little hippie in you to make it more whimsical and unpredictable. Because she was fly by the seat of her pants. She's our own woman in this. In a serious, serious situation. And I think she pulled it off great. And I think she made the movie.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie, and she was great in it. I say that her breakout role was Demolition Man, but a lot of other people say this was her breakout role just because it did bring her to another level.
Well, people knew her name after Demolition Man. They screamed her name after this.
I say people knew her face after Demolition Man. They knew her name after A Time to Kill.
You know what? I'll go with that. That makes more sense. There you go. Jeremy gave in. Mark that down.
Wow, first time.
But then she backs up a Time to Kill with the colostomy bag of Speed 2. And whoever thought up this fucking name, Cruise Control, they need to be fired and never let in Hollywood again.
I assume that the guy who came up with that title had some sort of crooked deal with Carnival or something like that.
It's just such a horrible, corny fucking name.
It's a horrible, corny fucking movie.
Well, I agree, but let's go Speed 2. Do we have to put Cruise Control?
Okay, first of all, for those who don't know, Keanu Reeves did not return for the sequel. Surprise, surprise, he was
Wow.
No.
Wow, Keanu Reeves was smart enough to turn down Speed 2? That is nuts.
Another fun fact, once he turned it down, they didn't really change the script.
Of course they did.
They pretty much just added 30 seconds of dialogue where Sandra Bullock explains that she and him, they dated for 6 months, broke up, now she's dating a new guy. And now proceed.
So they rushed the shit out of this project.
It's awful.
Well, the fact they put it on a boat. Let's start with that shit. Really? Really? We're going to see with this shit?
Yeah, but when it crashes into the land at the end of the movie, it is pretty humorous.
Yeah,
and
I don't think that was a takeaway they wanted you to have.
And the guy who... from the first movie where Keanu jumps out of the dude's car into the bus.
Yeah.
That guy is on vacation somewhere and then, a cruise ship runs into him. That's kind of a funny throwback to the first movie.
Okay, so they threw a couple how do you do's to the first one. That does not make that a good movie.
Oh, no. Nothing makes this
horrible
a good movie.
Choice.
It makes you wonder how they got Sandra to stay in it.
Yeah, because I'm slimy talking about this. I got to go take a shower now, and we'll be back on the podcast when I'm done. Because that movie was that bad.
Yeah.
So we're moving on. Now we come to Hope Floats.
And this is the answer to the question. How did they get Sandra Bullock to star in Speed 2 Cruise Control?
Really? It's Hope Floats.
Yep. She only agreed to do Speed 2 if the studio would back Hope Floats.
Are you serious?
I shit you not.
Well, she was the executive producer on Hope Floats. So she needed a studio to back her. So she said, I will do this bullshit, dumbass movie. The script you gave me that is worth about as much as toilet paper. If you will film Hope Floats.
Yes.
Which, I'm guessing, I don't have the numbers ahead of me, I'm guessing the better than Speed 2 ever thought about doing, though.
I'm sure it worked out for them in the long run. I'm sure people like Hope Floats.
Well, where I'm from, yes. It appeals to them, the country folk. But in looking at researching coming into this podcast, I have found that Sandra Bullock is a hell of a producer. She picks winners. For the most part, there's always going to be a loser in there. But just her producing, Hope Floats, Miss Congeniality 2, Murder by Numbers, 2 Weeks Notice, George Lopez Show, The Proposal, All About Steve. That's picking winners.
Yeah, it is.
Except All About Steve, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we're
going to talk about each individual one of these movies, and All About Steve, we'll get back to that later.
And I'd like to point out she does own her own production company, Fortis Films, which produces these films.
Oh, right, and her sister, I believe, is the VP on. I think they went in together, and her sister's named the VP, but whatever. So we're coming to Hope Floats, then we go to Practical Magic. Not a big fan.
Chick flick.
Total chick flick, yeah. And some chick flicks are decent. This was not one of them.
Not one I cared for.
Yeah,
And apparently not one America was super into. So this movie had a 48% million budget.
Okay, I'm going to bet it grossed. Let's be generous and go 30 million.
The U.S. gross was just over 46 million, but the actual worldwide gross was over 68 million. So it made a little bit of money, but mostly overseas.
That's a bomb.
Yep.
That's a straight bomb.
Yeah, when the U.S. gross is lower than your budget, you fail.
You have... Yeah, I thought Practical Magic would have done better than that, though.
Well, I blame Stockard Channing.
Yeah, I blame Ben Affleck for some reason.
Ben Affleck's not in this movie.
That doesn't matter. Would you rather me blame Ethan Hawke?
Better than blaming Nicole Kidman.
I can't blame Nicole Kidman.
Oh, no
she was married to Tom Cruise. What can I say? You know,
she did her time.
I gotta she's out. I gotta blame everybody else for her failures. So we're coming up, and now we're at Forces of Nature.
Oh my God, Forces of fucking Nature.
Oh my God, Ben fucking Affleck.
Have you seen this movie?
I've seen Ben Affleck.
Yeah. This movie's not great.
It can't be. Ben Affleck's in it.
Yeah,
I know you're going to throw some things at me.
There's plenty
Affleck
of
sucks.
There's plenty of great Affleck, but this is early Affleck before he learns anything.
He still hasn't learned. Did you watch Justice League? Didn't he direct that?
No, but he directed Argo and won an Oscar for it.
Welcome to me about Oscars. We're not talking about Oscars. We're talking about Ben Affleck. Okay, he won an Oscar for Argo. He got one.
He also won an Oscar for Good Will Hunting.
He won an Oscar for that?
Yeah.
He should not have.
Him and his boy.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, they co-wrote it.
No, Matt Damon won the Oscar.
No, they won it.
No,
together.
no. Affleck is a secondary character and will always be from the start of that. No.
I'm sorry. Do you know the difference between writing Oscars and acting Oscars?
Yes.
They won writing Oscars.
Yeah, but Matt Damon wrote 90% of that.
Do you know this for a fact?
Well, fuck no, but I hate Ben Affleck, so I figure it's relevant.
You're just making shit up and spouting it on the air.
Who's going to stop me?
I'm not.
There we go. So, Forces of Nature. No, I have not watched this. Sandra Bullock, Ben Affleck.
So, let me just run through this movie for you. Basically, they make a lot of terrible choices, and then there's no consequences.
Sounds like a life I want to live.
But it turns out to be a terrible movie.
How do you make that a terrible movie?
It's really weird, and I'm almost afraid to admit how many times I've seen this movie.
That's kind of funny, actually. How many times? Do you have them counted? Because that'd be funny.
I don't have them counted. It's one of those rental movies. My sister and I, we watched it like too many times. It's terrible. And
that was 99. You're renting movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's about right. A couple of years. All right, so we're going to move on. Force of Nature, we come on to Miss Congeniality, which is another blockbuster that actually hit very well. I didn't mind this movie at all. There were a lot of players. The script was good. The playwright was good. The directing was good. There was nothing wrong with this movie.
Who doesn't love Miss Congeniality? It's a great movie.
You have to like it.
Cute movie. Fun movie. American Sweetheart. At it again.
Coming at it. Then she hits 28 Days.
It's an okay movie.
My sister's favorite.
Chicks like this movie.
I talked to her and she's like, "This movie's so awesome. It's so great." And I'm like,
hey, it's got Viggo Mortensen and Dominic West.
Oh, well, Viggo, you know what? I'm still pissed I got cut off from the movie a couple weeks ago. Captain Fantastic with Viggo in it. Turned out to be, got me hooked. It was weird.
Yeah, eventually you'll get to watch the rest of that movie.
Yeah, I'm hoping soon. Dominic West. I know he's one of your favorite actors.
Yeah, off The Wire. He was on in The Missing with Julianne Moore. He's done a lot of good
Julianne
stuff.
Moore. Yeah, so 28 Days, alcoholic goes, I think it's alcoholic, if I remember correctly, goes into rehab, blah, 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 turns her life around, or she dies. I don't remember the plot end of this. Do you?
She turns her life around. I think it's drinking or pills or something. I don't know. She's just a partier who fucks up her sister's car or something.
So it's pretty much Animal House without the rehab.
It's like Animal House, but there's real consequences. All right, so then we're going up. 2001, she didn't do anything. And then 2002, she hits hard with 3 movies.
Oh, nice. What we got?
So first up, we have that fucking weird one, Murder by Numbers.
Murder by Numbers weirded me out. I couldn't watch it. It has that one fucking weird guy in it. That everybody knows him as the fucking weird guy.
That weird kid.
In every fucking movie
Every
he's ever
fucking
done.
movie he's in. Michael Pitt, that weird fucking
Is that
kid.
his name?
That's his name, Michael Pitt.
God, he's a
Remember
weird
that.
fucker.
He's a weird fucking dude. Look at his IMDb photo.
See, that's just weird.
And he thinks he looks so cool, too.
Well, he's got
this
more
guy.
money than I do.
Fuck you, Michael Pitt.
Yeah, fuck him. He gets on camera and just weirds me out in everything he's ever done.
Yeah.
He made Eva Green weird being naked in a movie because he was there.
Yep. He just...
That's a
He's
problem.
ruining everything.
Oh, Murder by Numbers. Wasn't Ryan Gosling in that though?
Ryan Gosling was in that, and I believe that's when him and Sandra met, because they did date briefly.
Whoa, Gosling?
But this is before he became a household name, and he was surprisingly forgettable back then.
I used to think Gosling was a little bitch, but
Well, that's because he cries in like every fucking movie. If you want to, like, that's the thing in every movie.
in his early days.
No, I just saw that Neil Armstrong movie. He cries like a baby in that
Oh,
movie.
really?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't.
You ever seen Lars and the Real Girl?
No.
That's an hour and a half of him crying. Oh my God, he cries so much in his movies.
I know one movie he didn't cry in, and that was The Big Short.
He did not cry in that.
And he was great in that.
I don't think he cried in Big Stupid Love either. Or
I never
Crazy-
watched
Or
that.
I'm sorry, Crazy Stupid Love.
Crazy Stupid. That's Steve Carell, so that don't count as a movie. Just my opinion.
Fair enough.
So, Murder by Numbers, stupid movie. Then we go to...
Divine Secrets of the Ya Sisterhood.
I did watch this movie.
You seen this movie?
I watched this movie, and...
With a girl?
Yes.
All right, fair enough. You're forgetting.
And this pretty much summed up a... to me... a 65-year girl on a rag.
Oh my God.
She's just pissed off at everything in the world and takes it out on all her kids and everything because the man she loved died and she had to marry second best. But the guy has to deal with it because he loves her more than everything. It's just a bitch fest, and I was done with it. I couldn't. Just come on now.
So, do you want to know how successful it was?
Oh, I can't wait to hear how successful this was.
Its budget was around $27 million.
It's a good budget, actually.
Yep. It made just shy of $70 million. in
Made
the
money?
US. Yes.
Made money. You know why? Women flocked to this shit.
Yep.
They could
all
not
went in
wait.
groups.
Yeah, just man-hating coming through there. Just, come on. Please, show your face. I'm going to beat it off. Fucking movie. I was very unimpressed.
But then she goes into 2 weeks' notice. And I love 2 weeks' notice.
2 weeks notice. That has male prostitute lover. What's his name?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. Yeah, picked up a male prostitute there. Was that wrong?
Well, I feel like I need to correct you there. A transsexual prostitute.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, LGBT, if I've crossed the line.
Let's be correct about these things. Let's be correct about the prostitute he's picking up when he's leaving Elizabeth Hurley home alone.
Yeah, how you leave Elizabeth Hurley? Just laying in bed, just cool, decent, just laying there.
Shooting her that text like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late." Okay.
To go get a transgender prostitute. I don't think I watched Hugh Grant again. I keep it running through my head. But 2 weeks notice.
Great movie. I love it. It's
despite
super cute.
Hugh Grant.
He's great in it too.
I know, but I can't applaud him for that. You serious? Can't do stupid
like
shit.
The scene, there's this great scene I love in this movie where they have dinner together and without saying a word, they're just taking all the stuff off their own plates they don't like and putting it on each other's plates.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Love that scene.
Can't wait to be married. Can't.
Relationship goals.
Yeah, right there. Just, please marry me. Anybody out there? Do I have a fandom girl out there? Please.
Let's calm down there.
You don't want a fandom girl?
Call me old-fashioned, but I like them sane.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Fuck that. Okay, so then we're coming into Crash, 2004.
Not to be confused with the David Cronenberg Crash. Believe me, they are two very different movies. When you go to see Crash, be very sure which Crash you are watching.
It's Crash.
Trust me.
No, it's Crash. You crash a car.
So, no, this Crash is about all sorts of things. You know.
Right, that it's intertwined, that lives are together and everything. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The other Crash is people who get excited about car crashes, crash cars, and then fuck.
That's some sick shit, man.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's why the
That's an actual movie?
That's an actual movie.
And you know it's an actual movie.
Oh, I've seen it.
And you even know the director?
David Cronenberg stars James Spader. Fucking weird movie.
James Spader's in it?
Yeah.
All right, you all need help. I don't know what to tell you. You watched it from beginning to end?
After I found out what it was about.
Yeah. You like them just natural love, eh?
I like some weird shit.
So we're coming into Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous. I don't know why they had to put the last names on these.
You know,
why
like,
Cruise Control and...
well, that's the thing I've noticed more and more over the years in Hollywood. It just seems to be a bad mark to just call it Miss Congeniality 2 or Speed 2. Or...
I think that works, though. Lethal Weapon 5. I mean, you ran through all the numbers. Why is it a bad thing now?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But then you have, like, Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
Yeah, they fucked Die Hards up with that.
Like, that was a bad call.
Was it Die Harder and Die Hard 2?
It really was.
Because I've always called it Die Hard 2. And then we went to Die Hard with a Vengeance. Yeah. And then all the names coming after that.
It was Die Harder.
What fat fuck sitting in his rich office made these decisions that all Hollywood would now put little titles on each sequel? Because he needs to be dealt with. So Miss Congeniality 2, hey, I think it hit, didn't it?
You know, not as popular as the first one. Which is gonna be how it always, well, not always, but almost always goes with these kind of things. It made some money, mostly worldwide. So the budget was about $45 million, grossed just over $48 million in the U.S.
Okay.
But made over $100 million worldwide.
Worldwide killed it. They were eating it up.
Yeah.
So now she's an international celebrity.
Yep.
That cemented that.
Well, I feel like she was already an international celebrity, and that just
probably
on that.
We just didn't see the numbers yet. But you're probably right.
And then we get to the lake house. Her reunion with Keanu Reeves.
Wasn't a big fan of this movie.
Nah, it's not great.
Yeah, what did it get? 6.8 on IMDb. I don't know what it's got on Rotten Tomatoes, but
I didn't care for it.
Mediocre film, if that. It felt like it was phoned in on this one.
So, you say that now.
Yeah.
But let's look at the money. You know, it did okay for US. $40 million budget. Made about just over $52 million in the US. But made over $114 million worldwide.
Well, why would it not? You have Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, but it's the lake house. They're not even doing anything.
No, it sucks. I'm just saying that's feeding off mixed geniality. And I don't know where Keanu's coming off this. I'd like to check that out. So you got Keanu Reeves coming in off Constantine. And Sandra Bullock coming in off mixed geniality too. Yes, it's going to make money. I don't care what they put out there. People are going to go to the movies and see it, even if they hate it. Which I don't like, but that's part of life.
That's right.
That's the way the world works. Get hot and make your money then.
So next up we have Infamous, a second Capote movie.
Never watched it. The only Capote movie I want to watch ever that I have watched was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
In Capote?
Yeah, God, he killed it. I have no need to see another one.
Fair enough.
That might have been his greatest role.
I just thought it was kind of funny that movie and Infamous were basically about the same thing, and they came out a year apart from each other.
Was that what? Really?
Yes. That was like something I noticed while researching this, and I just thought that was...
I didn't know that. I seen Phil Seymour Hoffman in Capote and done and done. I don't need to see another actor do that part. It's over. It's funny. I was watching Stuck on You. That fucking movie.
I love that
about
movie.
2 months ago or a month and a half ago, and I noticed his play in the beginning was Capote.
Oh.
Yeah. It kind of struck me just out of nowhere.
I'm going to have to rewatch it now because I did not know that.
Yeah, his first play while they're in Boston, he's doing Capote.
The beginning of the movie, not the... Because at the end of the movie...
They're doing the gangster music.
Yeah, they're doing Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, no, the beginning, when he does his first performance, he's doing Capote.
That's great.
And I was like, wow, I never noticed that. Which Stuck on You cracks me up anyway. But anyway, well, coming into Premonition in 2007. Never watched it.
Did not see it.
So we're skipping it.
So, whatever.
Then we're going to go to a movie I wish I'd never seen. All About Steve.
All About Steve.
This fucking movie. God, are you kidding me? Who gave the green light for this? That'd be Sandra Bullock. Executive producer.
This movie just makes me feel really awful. It really reminds me of an ex-girlfriend of mine, and I do not like it.
Why?
Because
some little Philly break your heart?
No, it was a girl.
If you don't get that reference, I'm sorry. No, it put Sandra Bullock in a wildly different position than she could not pull it off.
And at the time too, did Bradley Cooper really need to do that?
No, without a doubt. But she can't play a stalker. Isla Fisher can play a stalker.
Oh,
Anna Faris can play a stalker. Sandra Bullock cannot. She's the one you stalk.
And we'll get to that.
She's the one you look for. is my point in that. Then we go in 2009. She rebounds with a proposal.
I love this movie.
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't like the proposal?
Right.
Ryan Reynolds, Sandra Bullock. Yes, please check.
Betty White.
Betty White's, yeah. Betty White, grandma there.
And it takes place in Alaska. So there's a bunch of Alaska facts.
Which is close to her heart.
Yep.
That movie, yeah, she was able to play the stuck-up bitch that she was always meant to play.
She is really good at playing a stuck-up bitch.
She has it in her. I don't know what it is.
Makes me want to see her be a dominatrix.
All right. A little too much information. Was it TMI? Is that what the kids say?
Did I go too far?
I think you went a little too far.
All right.
You want a down-the-home, girl next door, solid relationship, and then you go dominatrix. You're all over the place tonight. I don't know.
But I want the girl next door to do like really kinky things.
We all do, man.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
We all do. The proposal great, loved it. The Blindside. I have problems with Blindside.
Yeah, so she won an Oscar for this movie.
She should not have.
I agree. This movie was so fucking overrated.
Even the story is just. Can you please stop celebrating rich people? Are we done yet?
Yeah, it just. I get the inspirational story behind it, but yeah, she's just. I don't want to promote that bitchy mom who asked for the manager, because that's who she's playing. You know that stereotypical
Completely
bitchy mom who you hate. That's who she's playing, and you guys gave her an Oscar for that? What the fuck?
I don't get it. I don't like the movie at all. I think it's good for Michael Orr for taking the situation and running with it. It felt like a recruitment video for Ole Miss, and it felt like the rich got richer to me in this instead of a feel-good story where we helped a homeless kid get on his feet. It seems like they benefited way more than they should have with this. So I'm not a big fan of The Blind Side. I'm glad he made his way. I still think that what's her name, Gabri Sidibe, should have won the Oscar for Precious in this year. I feel like this is another Lifetime Achievement Award that the Oscars gave out. Just thank you for being here for so long and enjoying life in the cinema. Here's you an Oscar.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, looking back at any of her roles she deserved an Oscar for yet that we've talked about. So, and you give it up on The Blind Side when she's really not even the main character? I just can't.
Yeah, I agree.
She got leading female role, and I'm not with that. So,
and I just want to really quick touch on the box office gross for this film was fucking insane. Everybody apparently saw this thing. I didn't see it in theater. I rented it.
If it takes a really big movie to get me Infinity War got me out.
That'll get you out of the house.
That's been about one of the few lately.
So, budget of around $29 million. The domestic gross was over $255 million. And then made another $50 million overseas.
You know what this tells me? That people don't really want good cinema anymore. They want novelty cinema.
You're not wrong.
And that they don't want to see great actors. They want to see a great story acted on decently. I want to see both. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just the way we are, I guess. Moving on from The Blind Side, we're going to The Heat.
The Heat.
And I feel like this was the end of Melissa McCarthy's run. She was so saturated at that point. I've not watched it because of that point.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's okay. It's very much in the vein of Miss Congeniality, So
Is that what? Yeah.
It's
just a remake and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's just.
Then we come to what people think is her comeback, I guess, so to speak, is Gravity.
I love Gravity.
No,
it is so
nobody
good.
loves Gravity.
No, everybody loves Gravity except you.
That's a stupid movie.
It's a great movie.
You look, go up in space, sit there, something breaks, you fall.
Yeah.
Movie over.
Yeah, it takes a while to fall from space.
But we never see George Clooney fall from space.
Well,
and that's another thing. George Clooney's in it, which makes it a fucking suck fest anyway.
Well, he dies, so don't worry about it.
They don't show him dying.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
I want somebody to prove to me George Clooney dies in this movie. Because that's the only way I will be able to stomach it.
What if I get George to call you and tell you that, yes, his character died?
If you get George Clooney to call me, we're going to have more to talk about just him dying in Gravity.
You just get a voicemail from him.
He is not going to be happy with my words. I promise you. This guy. But anyway, seriously, they go up. Where's the plot line? Where is the action?
It's all action. It is on the edge of your seat for 2 fucking hours. Action.
I disagreed. I was unimpressed by this movie.
No, it is. Everybody was impressed with this movie. Do you know how much fucking money this movie made?
Again, we just talked about they don't want great actors.
No,
or
but
great
this
stories.
was great. This was great action.
Armageddon is way better than this.
No, you can shut your fucking mouth now.
You're telling me Gravity is better than Armageddon?
Yeah, I am.
Alright, we're going to take a poll. Can you guys please let us know which one you think's better? Armageddon or Gravity?
You know who I will venture will agree with me?
Go ahead.
Off the top of my head, Michael Bay and Ben Affleck.
I don't give a fuck about Ben Affleck. We know that. Michael Bay would disagree with you.
Nope.
Oh, whatever.
He will agree.
I want the general public people to vote on this. Fuck them celebrities. Seriously? You really believe that in your head? Oh,
this is a way better put together movie.
I'm sorry, people. He does not know what he speaks.
This made 7 times its budget.
I don't give a fuck about the money. We've had this argument.
It is fucking amazing.
I don't give a fuck about this. We've had this argument. Done. Okay. So, after me and Mac had to be cooled off a little while, we're back.
Gravity's still good.
Gravity sucks.
Nope, Gravity's still great.
We're coming back to our Brenda's Crisis. This is her executive producer. It was nothing.
You know,
I watched a little bit of it. It was nothing.
This smells like a passion project, and you know how I feel like about passion projects.
It was absolutely a passion project. From
so
what
it
I said.
Must be terrible.
It was fucking horrible.
It bombed. It bombed so hard.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that. How bad?
So, this movie's budget was $28 million. Guess what the gross was?
$28 million is not much money.
I'm sorry?
$28 million is not much money. I'm going to say, you know what? $29 million US.
No, you are far too generous, my friend.
Go ahead. What was it?
Not even $7 million.
It didn't make $7 million US?
Nope. $6,998,324 for the U.S. gross.
All right. We might have our bomb of the year right there. Are you serious?
Yeah. That's a hard bomb for Sandra. And that's 2015. That's not that long ago.
She's getting her ass kicked on that one.
But that must have really stung, too, because she didn't do anything in 16 or 17.
She did. Just blank. And then everybody thought she was done.
And then she came out and surprised us with Ocean's 8. So I watched this movie on a plane which is probably the most appropriate place to watch this movie when you have no other fucking option.
I'm not happy with her taking this role. I don't know. I'm actually not happy with them putting Ocean's 8 out. Whether it was the original cast or... I thought that franchise was done.
I couldn't agree more.
I thought it ran its course. To bring this out was just slapping the face to the fans. Even Ocean's 13, they were stretching a little bit.
Oh, Ocean's 13 was not good.
It's not... Yeah, it was not a good movie.
Ocean's 12 was good.
Yeah, I thought the 11 and 12 really took it up a little bit.
13 stretched it too far.
8.
And they're like, oh yeah, let's slim it down a few. 8.
Let's slim it down and do all women and just no, it didn't work. The storyline was stupid.
I did not like the fact that she was Danny Ocean's brother. It was stupid.
The fact I did like is he's dead, but only because it's George Clooney.
Of course you would. But I of course choose to believe he's faking his death for Ocean's 9.
Well, and Joey Roberts coming back, your favorite actress.
Yeah. I said my nice thing about her already. We're done with that.
You did. Last podcast, you gave her a thumbs up. That's weird.
And that's in the past now.
This Ocean's 8, this Ocean's 8 just brought in characters that did not fit the dynamic of what needs to be for... If you're putting the Ocean's label on them.
Yes.
If you're just doing a heist movie or a bank robbery or whatever, then fine. But you're slapping the Ocean's name on it?
Yeah.
You better bring it at that point.
And just... The heist itself in this movie was not as good as the others. While it was a little bit more believable, I didn't like the way it was shot or executed. I did not like the way they did the reveals.
You mentioned
were not as good as the first one at all. Like the heist in the first one, there's a lot of misdirection, and that's fine because you're along for the ride. And I feel like this one, there's a lot of misdirection, and then just show it to you all at once. Like, at the very end, like, oh, you thought this was going on? Nah, we did this. And then that's the end of that.
I hate the misdirection when it comes to that. I hate when movies intentionally lead you around by showing you clues that should not be there.
But they don't even really show you the true things. They just tell you at the end, like, oh yeah, we just did this instead.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it's like a 2-second thing and it's over.
That's the thing about Ocean's 11. At the end of Ocean's 11, you went, holy shit.
And they take you through the whole heist again and take you through those twists and turns.
Right, and you understand.
And you're like, oh,
they fucking did it.
Yeah. And this
now
one,
I'm piecing it together throughout the whole movie from the beginning.
And this one, they just reveal at the end, like, oh yeah, we stole more than we said we were going to steal.
It was horrible. I think it was a bad choice for her. And I think it's a bad choice for the Ocean's crew. I think they should have got somebody a little younger, Jennifer Lawrence, so to speak, or something leading this.
Yeah.
Just me. Just didn't work.
There's a few of the girls who I assume were pretty glad to be in a movie.
Well, Rihanna for one. The fact that we keep using these singers as actresses bothers me to a point. Really, you couldn't find, a Zoe Deschanel? We couldn't get her in there. Actually doing the craft. I don't like it when we bring in other stars.
I'm sure Mindy Kaling was glad to be in an actual movie.
All right, we're going to open up the Florida scandals.
Ooh, she's had some scandals. We all know Jesse James.
Who?
Jesse James.
Jesse James. That lucky son of a bitch. Married Sandra Bullock in 2005?
2005. Side note, she's like his third wife, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he finally just settled down for Sandra.
Oh, no. He married porn stars well before he met her.
Porn stars.
Yes. In fact...
Who marries a porn star?
Oh, Jesse James does.
Okay.
And then, while him and Sandra were married, they, got custody of his kid with the ex, and then they ended up having to get divorced and... causing all that stress on that kid.
Because he cheated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. While she was filming The Blindside. Like her most unfuckable look ever in a movie. No offense, Sandra, but you did look not great in that movie.
She was going through a divorce. She coming out like that?
No, she went through a divorce after that.
Oh, she was getting cheated on then.
Yeah. Well, she didn't know that yet.
So Jesse James is married to a porn star.
Was.
Married to a porn star. And he had a kid with that porn star.
Yes.
Might have been his kid. Might have not. I'm not one to judge.
That's not for this podcast.
Right. Then he got married to Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
She took in the kid.
Yep.
Then he cheated on her again. Or cheated on her with a porn star?
Yes. Another
porn star. Sandra Bullock, you're proof that you just don't get it. Why?
So many red flags, Sandra. So many
red flags going up everywhere. And just doesn't care. Wow. That was a rough time. It was in what, 2000?
That was in 2010.
Ooh. So that was the divorce or the cheating?
The divorce was filed on March 18th of 2010.
So, oh wow, that's basically she was getting her Oscar while she was getting divorced.
Yeah.
Wow, a little sunshine, a little rain.
Well, she also accepted the Razzie for all. What about Steve? All About Steve.
Yeah.
She also accepted the Razzie for All About Steve 2 days between her receiving the Oscar for The Blindside. So,
you know what? Give her credit for that. She showed up.
She showed up. She is like one of a few actresses that actually showed up for that shit.
For those of you who don't know, the Razzies are given every year to the worst performance in film, kind of like the Oscars in reversed. And if an actor or actress shows up to claim it, then we consider them wonderfully humble.
Yep. And just to kind of show her character, she is only one of 4 actresses to win both an Oscar and a Razzie. And of those 4, she's the only one to accept both in person.
I give her credit for that. Why not show up? Own your fuck up. Right. Even if it's not that bad of a fuck up, own it if they say you need to own it. That's crazy.
Right.
Wow. So 2010, she's getting divorced, wins the Oscar. They had 2 kids, right?
So,
they had 1?
They were in the process of adopting a child when the divorce happened, and then she just continued the adoption process as a single parent.
Okay, so Jesse James got the other kid in the divorce?
I assume so.
Right, you would think so. Why would that go the other way?
Everything just shows her 2 kids that she adopted. The baby she adopted in 2010, and then in 2015 she adopted a second child.
Okay. So, kids living good. Yep. Hopefully. So she's been killing it since then, though.
Well, yeah, she's had a lot of great movies since then. I think the first thing she did when she got back to work after adopting her first kid was the movie Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which actually was nominated for an Oscar. So
that got nominated for an Oscar?
Yes, it did. I never heard of this movie or saw this movie, but I guess it was really good. It's her and Tom Hanks, actually. So I'm amazed this slipped past us, but it did.
Sandra Bullock, Tom Hanks.
Just right past us.
Back from work.
But apparently went right past a lot of people because it did not make its budget.
Wow.
$40 million budget, 31.
You know what? I blame marketing on that. How is that not shown everywhere on billboards? I just walked by a billboard today here in Rome that had Sarah Jessica Parker in a fucking brawl trying to sell me shit. And we can't get a billboard for Sandra Bullock, Tom Hanks?
Right.
That's nuts.
So, yeah.
Any other scandals in her?
So,
Well,
she's had a few run-ins with stalkers.
What? Oh, I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. Stalking is very bad. People are idiots out there, but let's continue.
Beginning in 2002, she was stalked across several states by a man named Thomas James Weldon. In 2003, Bullock had to get a restraining order against him, which was renewed in 2006.
She had to renew it?
She did. After he was released from a mental institution and it expired again, he again traveled across several states to find her. She then obtained another restraining order, and I hope that issue's been cleared.
Please?
In 2007...
How about you arrest the guy?
So get this. This one's pretty crazy. In 2007, a woman named Marcia Diana Valentine was found lying outside her home that she shared with her husband, Jesse James. They were married at the time. When James confronted the woman, she ran to her car, got behind the wheel, and tried to run him over. She was said to be an obsessed fan.
She tried to run Jesse James over?
Yeah.
He might have deserved that one.
And she didn't even know it. Or maybe she did know it.
Maybe he deserved clipping a little bit. I don't know. Maybe not death, but at least a limp.
For life? That's going to suck. So, Valentine was charged with one count of felony aggravated assault and stalking. Restraining order was again issued, and that pretty much solved that one. Valentine did plead not guilty to the charges, but she was sentenced to 3 years probation.
Ooh. 3 years probation.
Mm-hmm. In June of 2014, a guy named Joshua James Corbett broke into Bullock's Los Angeles home, and she had to lock herself in a room and call 911.
She was home.
Yeah. He pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 5 years probation for stalking and breaking into her home.
This probation shit just isn't working.
He was then subject to 10 years protective order requiring him to stay away from Bullock. So it was the 5 years probation and then 10 years after that.
Yeah, paperwork always works.
After he missed a court date, they were going to go check out his house, and, well, it turns out he killed himself.
Oh.
So, crazy dude.
Well, there's twists in.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy shit, actually.
I can't imagine living through that as a celebrity. Or normal person. Nobody's ever liked me that much.
Yeah.
That's dark.
That's some crazy shit.
And then you gotta keep on living life.
Knowing there's these stalkers out there?
Yeah, just waiting.
And that's just the ones you know about.
It's crazy. I've seen, the tennis player stabbed, and you've seen stuff like that from stalkers. It's just...
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw a thing like some stalker dude try to send Bjork like a bomb. And luckily it didn't go off.
Just... people crazy.
Yeah.
You want fame, you don't know what's coming with it. But we want fame here at the Boys of Summer.
Yes.
We'll deal with it. All right. Scandals over?
That's it for scandals, cheating, and stalking.
All right. We're going to head to our favorite segment, Mac's Facts. Mac, what do you got for us?
I just got a few little fun things. Like I had mentioned before, she is fluent in German. And that she actually shows that off in Ocean's 8 if you get to it. She just spouts out a lot of German in that movie.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, she has a fear of flying ever since the year 2000 when her jet missed the runway and it sustained major damage.
She dodged a couple death things there.
She's just flirting with death, apparently. Her father has been her manager since 96. I thought that was kind of funny, keeping it in the family business for such a huge star that she is.
No doubt, because he could have been manager or pretty much anything throughout that.
And 96, that makes sense in the early 90s when her career started out. But when you're an Oscar winner and your dad is your manager,
Oh, so he's been her manager.
Yeah, he still is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said it wrong.
So this I thought was kind of funny. This took me down a little rabbit hole. So she was one point considered for the lead role in Runaway Bride, which went to Julia Roberts.
Right.
And I thought the whole point of that movie was just to bring back the whole crew from Pretty Woman.
Love Pretty Woman.
Everybody loved Pretty Woman.
Love Pretty Woman.
So it turns out that Runaway Bride was in production for like 10 years. And there is just a slew of celebrities.
I gotta stop. Runaway Bride was in production for 10 years.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. It was in development for 10 years.
It was in development for 10 years still.
Yeah.
What we talking about? The Godfather here? We're talking about Runaway fucking Bride. Get some actors, throw them on the screen and shoot it.
Right?
The hell? What are they doing? Waste of money.
So she was considered for some roles for some movies that never got made. But I think they're fun to note that for an unmade Superman project, she was considered for Lois Lane.
She'd been a great Lois Lane.
I couldn't agree more. I think that's a good role for her.
Yeah.
And then she was also considered for the role of Wonder Woman in a film adaptation that was never made.
She would not have been a good Wonder Woman.
Don't see it. Sorry, Sandra. Don't see you as Wonder Woman. So she's only directed one film, and she also wrote it, called Making Sandwiches. I guess it was a short. She basically said she just did that to educate herself on just the different sides of the filmmaking project.
Of how they write and stuff.
Exactly.
I get that. And then she stayed in her lane.
Yeah, she realized that's not for her. And
we really encourage celebrities to stay in your lane. Do what you do.
Yep.
Don't try to be Ben Affleck and direct.
This is kind of funny. She used to live in the same LA apartment that Ashton Kutcher would later move into when he moved to Hollywood.
Okay.
And he kind of figured that out when he was getting her mail. As of 2014, she has starred in 4 movies that have been nominated for Best Picture: Crash, The Blindside, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, and Gravity. Of those, only Crash has actually won Best Picture.
Crash won Best Picture?
It won Best Picture. 2004.
It wasn't a horror movie.
It was a good movie.
I was a big fan, but it was
a movie.
Yeah.
And she has turned down roles in 2 films directed by Clint Eastwood.
I seen that, and the second one kind of upset me. Go ahead.
So she turned down Maggie in $1 Million Baby and Mickey in Trouble with the Curve.
Amy Adams done a great job in that role.
I love Amy Adams.
I do too. She done a great job in that role. Opposite Clint Eastwood in Trouble with the Curve. I think Sandra Bullock could have done it better.
Oh, I know so.
God, I kind of...
Amy, I love you, girl, but Sandra is Sandra.
I really want to see Sandra Bullock do that role. Even now, I kind of want Clint Eastwood to live a couple more years and do Trouble with the Curve 2, and Sandra Bullock take that over.
I'm sorry, but I don't see him making a sequel to that. I see him as going on to other projects.
Yeah, I get it. I said that's what I want to see.
I get it.
I love Amy Adams. It's just that role seemed to me cut perfect for Sandra Bullock. Like, that was her. Disappointing.
So, like I said, that after she did Love Potion number 9 with Tate Donovan, they got engaged and were together for a while. She also dated Matthew McConaughey, Ryan Gosling, and Troy Aikman.
You go, girl.
She knows how to pig them.
She's knocking them down, man. Do what she need to. Jesse James, who?
Yeah.
Yeah, go get your point stars. I got the A-list over here.
Yeah, she's just going right down the A-list.
Wow. Talking about living.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for us from Europe. We're in Rome. Probably our last podcast on this vacation, I'm sure. Hopefully see you guys soon when we're doing Mark Wahlberg.
Marky Mark.
Again, comment, share, like at the bottom.
Subscribe. All that fun stuff.
If you subscribe, you get our videos directly to your phone on your notifications. That way you can listen to it right away. So, for the boys of summer, I'm Jeremy, looking good.
And I'm Mac, feeling good.